Hi, my name is Louie Atchison, and I am a sales development representative at Pathify.
Hi, my name is Raisha Cobb. I'm the Associate Provost and Chief Information Officer at Winston-Salem State University in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Awesome. So, Raisha, why did you guys choose Pathify?
Well, we chose Pathify because we were in a situation where we needed to replace our current solution, and we recognized that our current solution was really one way with our student population. We were pushing information to them, or they could see the events, announcements, they could go to all of the resources, but it was missing the engagement piece that we were finding our campus were utilizing other resources to kind of fill that gap. And so when we got to the point where it was time to identify a replacement, we knew we wanted to at least include what we had currently, but then we wanted more. And so Pathify, of course, we did evaluation of other solutions, but Pathify provided that ability to maintain the existing access, information, resource, one-stop shop solution that we currently have, but then it expanded on the engagement part. That's really critical for student retention and student belongingness. And that's very important for my university at WSSU, where we have a very traditional, student-involved campus atmosphere, but we also have online students and hybrid students, and they rely on our student portal for information and to access to resources, right? And so we're looking to take it to the next level. So we want to look at the entire student life cycle from applicant all the way to the alumni. And we recognize that Pathify will allow us to do that and then some. We also recognize the capabilities and opportunities that it will provide us to reduce some of that rogue IT that we have going on our campus by consolidating and removing some of the duplicates of services that we're currently using right now. And so Pathify is going to allow us to do that and then some more.
Awesome. Yes, thank you so much. That is so much good information. What are you looking forward to most as you grow with the product?
I am looking forward to the next iteration of what we call My WSSU. All right, so for us, My WSSU, like right now, is just student focused. And our faculty and staff have been wanting a portal engagement platform for them as well. And so the next iteration would be to bring in our faculty and staff into the portal, right? And then I think once they're involved and in the system, that there'll be additional opportunities for use by them, right? Without our involvement. Give them an opportunity to create communities for their classrooms, reach out. Some of the things that they've been wanting to do, class attendance, and being able to have it by, proximity. Pathify will allow them to do that. And so they're really excited about the opportunities that the tool will provide to them as they're looking to engage their students where they're at, right? So that's where we're coming from, an equity approach. We don't want to make everything equal just for equality's sake, but we want to be equitable. So I'm going to reach you where you're at. And if you're an online student, you're primarily interacting with us through mobile devices, through the computer. But if you're a traditional student, you're doing both. And so we want to meet them where they're at and provide them the resources and the tools to keep them informed, to keep them engaged, and keep them to graduate in 4 to 5 years. That's how we're going to go, right? we want you to be here, but we eventually want you to graduate, right?
Yes.
And so we recognize that engagement is the key for keeping students retained on our campus, and so we're really looking forward to it.
That's amazing. I love to hear that. I love that you say the faculty and staff, they're jealous of the students.
They are. They're like,
the
what does it look like? We want to see what it looks like, because they don't have access right now. And so we're really building on that. And then our faculty senate chair, he's excited. He wants to use it for the faculty senate because they vote and do all this other stuff. And using it like more, I kind of envision it kind of being like an intranet for our faculty and staff, taking some of that content off of our main website that's really not conducive to marketing and I'm trying to recruit people and students. They don't care about faculty senate and all that stuff. So taking some of that content that's not applicable to that audience and putting it where we know our faculty and staff will engage the most in it. So They're very excited, and we're excited too.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll be amazing.
Yeah.
Especially making it easier,
Yes.
more effective for
Yes.
people to do their jobs,
Yes.
and really to reach the students and, like you said, get them graduated so that they can
Yes.
move on and
Graduated,
become
yeah.
excellent alumni.
All right, that's what we're looking for. We call
is
it
great.
enter to learn, depart to serve, and so
I love
we're
it.
very excited about that. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So how long has the product been deployed at your school?
We are in the implementation phase still. So we started maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago implementing our version of My WSSU 2.0. That's what I call it. And so we expect for it to be fully launched by February.
Yes.
Soft launch by the end of December. And so we are already engaged with our marketing group to make sure the branding and the imagery is all what we want it to be. And they're excited too. As they've been getting involved, they're like, oh yeah, this is awesome. And we're identifying ways to reduce email fatigue
Yes.
and bringing the entire campus into Pathify to receive announcements, events, and get rid of some of that continual email to the whole campus that's been going on the administrative side. Now our students, all the announcements and emails are in our student portal, so that's where
Yes.
they want to see it.
Yep.
We've did a lot of focus groups on communication with our student population, and we know, and they've told us that they don't like emails, they don't read it. The first place they're going to is the student portal for information, and so
I was
it's
going to say,
important.
every student I know loves email, and they read every single one of them.
Everything. They read everything all the time. No.
Yes. No, absolutely. I love to hear that, and that's totally consistent with what we've seen across the board with our institutions as
And
well.
I'm really excited about the ability to have the push notifications to them too.
Yes.
So, they love those type of alerts and reminders. They're used to it in our student success technology that we have. And so kind of building that gap between the student success and some of the other operational type things, the student support services, that gap is missing. I think it'll be really advantageous, and I think the students will really like it as well.
I love it. I love to hear that. What have you seen change in higher education?
Oh, I'd say since the pandemic, the biggest change that I've seen is the ability to be flexible and adaptable.
Yep.
And that has not always been the case for higher ed.
Yep.
We used to joke in higher ed, it's a slow train.
Yes.
And that train is fed by like shovel and coal. Like it's not even a gas or whatever trains I operate on. But and it's been amazing to see how we've been able to adapt to the needs of our students and to the needs of our staff and our faculty. And so that has been the biggest thing for me in the past, is that ability to quickly change, to reduce the amount of time it takes us to provide services to the campus. We've been able to transform how we operate pretty much overnight and capitalize that. I like to, for historically black colleges and universities, during the pandemic, we did not experience a drop in attendance or enrollment.
Okay.
And that was because we had to think differently about how we engage our students, because we recognize that when our students come to our campuses, they're typically still first generational students. A lot of them are receiving assistance, Pell Grants and whatnot. So they come to our campus for services. They typically don't have computers, or they don't have internet at home, or they're sharing services and whatnot. So they come to university and they're getting wraparound services from us, from mental health to accessibility to resources. They get it all. But when we switched and flipped because of COVID, we had to think, how can we provide the wraparound services that they were usually getting traditionally on campus in a remote fashion? And I like to say we did that really well. And so I was really proud to see us be able to adapt and be flexible, which tells us that we can be adaptable and flexible for the future needs that's coming down for our students and our faculty and staff.
Oh my gosh, I love to hear that.
Yeah.
And I love you guys' approach and how you guys address that and really just care for your students.
Yeah,
the
we
heart
really
for
do.
your students is really, really inspiring.
And that's what I really love. We call it the Ramily in my campus. The Ramily aspect, where it doesn't matter who you are, you're part of the Ram family.
Yeah.
And we care about you. Family matters. So we call it, that's one of our values, Ramily matters. So,
Ramily matters.
Yeah.
That's
and
amazing.
it's something that we really espouse to, and we really catch on. So when people come on, they're part of the Ramily. So y'all are our partners, y'all are part of the Ramily now.
Best Ramily ever. Yes, thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys so much for being partners of ours. Let's see, where do you see higher education moving in the next 5-10 years? What does that look like for you?
I think higher education in the next 5 or 10 years is going to be really pivotal for the industry to think differently, especially as we're coming to that the age gap, or not the age gap, but the age decline of the first-time freshmen.
Yes.
Because of birthing rates. You're going to see a dip in the traditional 18-year-old students.
Yep.
And so I think moving forward, next 5 or 10 years, we'll be focused more on adult learners, more graduate programs, and differentiating ourselves to meet the needs. As students are questioning the return on investment of higher ed, we need to start thinking about how we deliver education to students, no matter what lifestyle, life stage, or where they're at, right?
Yes.
And so I think it'll be really important in the next 5-10 years to start thinking forward and positioning ourselves to be different.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more with you there. So what brought you to EDUCAUSE? Why are you here?
Oh, EDUCAUSE. EDUCAUSE is to me, as a technology practitioner in higher ed, it is the conference to come to see and to learn about what your peers are doing, what's working well, kind of bounce ideas, meet with the vendors to kind of either share, get new information, share issues that you're having, collaborate with different people. It's like the Ivy League of IT, right? Because where do you go where you do poster sessions? That's like not the norm for technology, right?
Yeah.
Like if you come from a different industry like I did and come into higher ed, EDUCAUSE is the perfect venue to learn about higher ed industry and how higher ed works. And so I found a lot of not a lot of, but I've received a great amount of information for my career as I transitioned from working in government and came into higher ed. It was pivotal for me to understand how higher education works and what the role of technology is for the mission of the universities and institutions that we work in. So I try to make it my point to come at least every other year, depending on budget and whatnot.
Yes.
Because it's really, to me, it's pivotal to my role for my university.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Awesome. And what about the mobile app stands out to you?
Well, the first thing is that it's a seamless integration between the web app and the mobile app. And so that was one of the big selling features for us too. Our students were wanting more of a mobile app.
Yeah.
And in our current solution, we were standing up the mobile aspect, but it ended up being a lot of work. And so I had one team managing the mobile app and building it out, and I had another team doing the web portal and stuff. And it really wasn't efficient. And so having the ability to make the change in the web app and have it automatically change in the mobile app, that's a winner. It's a no-brainer, right? Game changer. I don't have to dedicate, resources to managing two different solutions that do the same thing. I can maximize my team, and my team are excited about it as well because they don't have to do two different things. But our engagement of Pathify has been greatly shorter than our previous engagement that we have with our current product. And so, they're very invested in, excited about this opportunity and this product that's going to bring to our campus.
That's awesome. So just to make sure I heard that correctly, now that you have Pathify, the engagement with your digital ecosystem has been completely different, and you can see a difference with your students and getting involved, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. I love to hear that. My last question for you, why should HBCUs consider Pathify?
HBCUs should consider Pathify because of the centralization for communications, for events. When we start looking at resources, sometimes our campuses can be constrained, due to budgets or student head counts and things of that nature. And so Pathify allows you to maximize your investment and your engagement with your students, your faculty, your staff, and all those different constituencies that you want to. So, for example, you don't have to have a separate newsletter per se for your parents. you can include them in your applicant portal, or have a different portal for your parents so that they can get the information they need in order for their students to, matriculate or register or whatever the case may be. It also allows us the opportunity to, like I said, cost savings. You can get rid of some of this redundant technology. You can get control of some of the rogue IT that's going on within your campus and have it in a centralized location, but then you also can delegate to these different areas the management of their groups, their sites, their announcements. You don't have to be the sole source of administration for all of this. And so it also democratizes access to amongst your campus so that you can let the faculty do their thing, have a group for their class or whatever, your student orgs. You'll end up being a lifesaver for your campus as far as
Yes.
cost reduction, optimizing usage, and student engagement and success in the end.
Awesome. Yes. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Did such an amazing job. We love hearing you share about your experience. We value our partners so much, and hearing feedback, what you love, what you don't love, so that we can always continue to grow and get better. So I just want to thank you so much for
You're
your time
welcome.
today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
I've enjoyed it. Thank you.